Hey guys, DJ back here with a
Notification
shorter
volume set to
video.
0%.
I've been having so much trouble with the damn Q&A stuff that I figured I'll try and answer some questions just like this.
Message
So
too
I'm
low.
gonna,
Just chilling here at the studio with Miley and Peter. We're sound editing.
will you
The
chill
Porn tab
up?
update available now. Tap here to learn
Shut
more.
up. So I'm just gonna
Uploading one video,
answer.
402 megabytes,
Oh
818
my
megabytes.
god. Hold on.
Top back off.
There, just turned my freaking screen reader off because it's dumb. So I figured I'll answer some of the questions just like this based off memory. So it's a little tricky, but a few of them I remember. How do you react to, or do you mind if people talk shit or say I'm faking blindness? I don't mind it as long as they're not dicks about it. Like if they're like you're lying or whatever, then they understand that I'm not lying through what I send them for proof, like links to vlogs I've done, pictures of my eyes and things like that, my cane. Then I'm like, okay, cool. But if you're gonna consistently be an ignorant asshole about it and just continuously say I'm blind or I'm faking being blind, I'm faking being blind, no matter what I say or subs or anyone says, then get out of here because there's no point in you being here because you're just a hateful troll. So, and I am sick by the way, so that's great. I remember one was favorite zombies character. I gotta do Ultimus Dempsey and Primus Nikolai. I don't know why, just those two stand out to me a lot. So, how did you learn to play? I remember another one was how to learn to play zombies blind, and then this was a potato. I remember that. Then it was potato, and potatoes are great. So, and they also said they would be trash. I'm like, yeah, you'll be trash at first. I'm not this good. Just hop into it. Oh, gross. So, how I learned to play zombies was it's kind of easy for me to learn because I had experience playing zombies before. But the tricky part came with the fact that I couldn't see it and I couldn't remember seeing it. Like my memory of vision faded away. So like I started learning the giant and I couldn't picture any of it in my head, so I had to use the sound to orientate myself and this and that. So like I learned the layout of the spawn room quickly enough because it's a spawn room. Come on. I learned how many steps it was from one of the barriers to the steps to the little staircase leading towards the first door you can buy, towards the VMP, and stuff like that. So like it wasn't too difficult at first. It was just difficult, the difficult part came with reacting. Like you can learn the map relatively easily without sight and just through audio. But the difficult part came with reacting fast and be able to turn quickly enough and kill zombies quickly enough and this and that. So now I'm to the point where I can get early to mid 20s solo relatively easily. So that's how that went down. I remember someone asked about my phone, what it says. So my phone, it's not a high pitched voice. It just talks really fast. It's all English. It's just sped up really fast. So my screen reader reads everything on screen from notifications to text messages. Kind of like you heard it said, my friend Strilo's in the recording, in the studio recording or whatever, and stuff like that. So when I put my finger on screen, when my screen reader is on, then it will, read whatever my finger finds. So I can do Reddit, YouTube, all that stuff. A lot of people asked about my son. Yes, I do have a son. I'm 20 years old with a 11-month-old son. And blind and a YouTuber, obviously. Oh, the big one I want to answer, because that one, was great. People asked me how I reacted to Lex's shoutout, and I gotta tell you guys, like, that was awesome. It was like really awesome to finally, like, it took me, over 2 years of doing YouTube and all these, zombies and stuff. And it took me over 2 years to finally get recognized by someone who's larger than me and who has connections to Treyarch. And here's the thing. I seriously hope, with everything I have, that either Lex continues to talk about me, I don't think he will, but hopefully, or he talks about me to the other zombies guys, then they do videos or something talking about it, or at least tweets, and eventually it gets enough notice from Treyarch to where they're like, hey, let's get you out here. Let's go to a DLC event or something to where I can actually speak with them about accessibility and this and that. Now, I'm not expecting the game to be like, ooh, we're going to make it fully accessible in like a month. No, I'm not expecting any of that. But at the very least, get the idea in their head that, hey, there are actually disabled people playing your game. So you guys might want to, look at that. Which I'm assuming they have looked at it a bit because depth perception is great for deaf players, and you have the sounds tied to guns, doors, and perks and stuff on the chaos maps and classified and different things like this. So I'm sure they're looking at it. But the big thing for me would be, I wanted to ask Treyarch. I want to ask somebody at Treyarch. I don't care who. Are you guys thinking of a text-to-speech software or system for multi menus and in-game text and stuff like that? Because honestly, that if there was a text-to-speech system, there would be no issues left for a blind person to play Call of Duty Zombies at all. Because I can imagine it like boot up. It says Call of Duty Black Ops 4, press X to start or something. Then the first thing it pops you on, it says like multiplayer or zombies or this or that, whatever, right? Click X on zombies, and it says start match. Okay, well, if I don't want to start match, you go up. It says map mode selection or whatever. Like it says all this different stuff. That's just the menu. That's not including in-game. Like in-game, it might say like press on square to buy Stone Cold Stronghold / brew machine or whatever, or press on square to pick up shield part. You know what I mean? Like that would be awesome. But we'll have to wait and see. The difficult part for the text-to-speech, like that could all work fine. But maybe you want to check your points or ammo. Like I don't know how they do that. Maybe double-clicking square will tell you how much ammo you have. And maybe just pulling up the scoreboard will tell you, honestly. Just pull up the scoreboard or whatever it is. That'd be pretty damn cool, honestly. So text-to-speech, that's pretty cool. What are some of the other ones? So, character. I think someone asked my favorite map. My favorite map I love playing. Like I always love playing Noct, especially on BO3 because it's it's pretty easy and it's just a lot of fun, just to do random stuff with all the different guns and stuff. For BO3 probably Noct or Kino. Sorry, Noct or Giant. BO2 probably Mob or Origins. BO1 probably Ascension. World at War. Doris. My favorite BO4 maps, I can't choose between Blood and Classified because Classified is easy for a blind person to learn how to play zombies and Call of Duty and stuff. And that's just an easy new player map anyway, like just even for people with vision. But Blood is probably the hardest map for a blind person to play. Blood and Void are probably the most difficult. And I just love playing Blood just because I have I'm not trying to sound like I'm bragging, but I have enough skills where I can learn Blood and still play it and find the stuff without having to rely on all these little sounds and stuff around the map. So that's just me though. So I love Blood. Blood's my favorite, honestly. If I had to pick one, I don't really care for the Chaos Crew stuff currently. I don't mind them, but it's like it's just we're 2 maps in and I don't really know what those. Like, as far as I know, Alistair Rhodes had made some enemies, and there's some cult going on, and it's like, I don't know. Then again, it's the same thing with Ether when it first started, like, what the hell's going on, but over time it got better, so we'll see. Trying to think of all the... Oh, how long have I been blind, and how did it affect me, and blah, blah, okay. So I've been blind for nearly 5 years. This coming March will be my 5th year being completely blind. And I gotta tell you, when I first lost my vision, even though I knew it was coming because our doctors always told me, you'll go blind, you'll go blind, you'll go blind, then I prepared myself. So I learned Braille, I learned how to use a white cane, but it still was pretty damn devastating. Especially considering I was 15 at the time, struggling with school, then I don't know where my vision's gone to, and that's not including, social aspects of being a teenager and all that stuff. So imagine being a 15-year-old, you're struggling with schoolwork like normal. I mean, teenagers usually do. I mean, depending on who you are. You're struggling with social issues, like you're trying to be friendly or trying to hang out with people or whatever, right? And on top of that, I don't know where you just like that, you're gone. Your vision's gone. Like you're having to learn Braille more intensely and learning the white cane, and you're not able. You don't have it's just gone. So like that depression set in rather quickly. I didn't pull myself out of it for about a year until I was like 16ish. And when I was 16, I decided, you know what, I want to play games again. I can't do this. I need to pull myself out of it. And my mom agreed. She's like, okay, well, do whatever you feel you want to, and support you. I'm like, okay, cool. So I literally just picked up a controller, picked up a headset we had around the house, popped in BO3, started playing. I didn't. At first, I was like, okay, this sucks. Like, I can't see it. But over time, I just made myself realize, okay, this is how I have to play, but it's fine. Like, I got it. And so I got to the point, of course, where I'm doing round 28 on Giant, no big deal, And so yeah, like that's my little experience with it. Like it was terrible at first, but I dealt with it, and I just realized like gaming is still possible. At least my favorite game is still possible, Call of Duty. So there you go. Now as for other games, of course, I learned to play Diablo. I learned to play Resident Evil. I played GTA 5. Played Skyrim. Like I played quite a few different games, but my main will always be Call of Duty, just because it's so much fun for me. Like honestly, and people like someone asked me. That's another one that I just remembered. Is someone asked me like, how do you enjoy this? Like you can't see it. Like think about it this way, guys. Like everything in life, you don't have to see to enjoy life. Like you can hear the sound of a rushing river and like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. Or you hear the sounds of nature, or I don't know, maybe you like the sound of people honking each other in the big city. Like there's more to life than just vision, you guys. Like there honestly is. As a person living with vision for 15 years and then it's all gone in one day, like there's way more than just vision. I understand why everyone bases it on vision, because it's like a big thing. Of course, it's one of the most used senses, but realistically, you can go on without it. You can live without vision. It's not the end of the world. Especially with the resources like the National Federation of the Blind, and you have the schools for the deaf and blind. You have all these organizations and groups and support groups and stuff dedicated to helping those with visual impairment. So, just like for example, there's the Utah Federation of the Blind, Utah National Federation of the Blind affiliate. So that I'll be presenting at next year. So there you go. And yes, I'm sitting in my gaming chair. Use code TG the Blind Gamer for 10% off. Plug. No, for real though. Seriously, it's a nice chair. I'm trying to remember all the questions off the top of my head. I can't think of any more. I wish I could record like my video on top of like the YouTube Studio app, like so I could like scroll through while I'm, recording. I'm trying to think. So, okay, character map. Oh, someone asked, do I play with other blind gamers? When I'm not sick, yeah. No, seriously though. There's a friend of mine named Sightless Player who he does stream BO4 Zombies. Not as frequently as I do, or as I used to, but he mostly plays Madden. But he does play Call of Duty Zombies occasionally. When I told him BO4 was accessible and stuff. Ross Miner,